Good morning and welcome to MahalaMonday. Absolutely wonderful to be with you today. And of course, it's a bit of a road trip. My name is Dougal, as always. There she is. He's the one who's been dragging us out of the house, out of the studio. But here we are. What a surprise. Rhoda, morning. How are you?
Good morning, Dougal. I'm good. Very excited to be here today. And you know what? And our special guest here as well today. Very excited.
Tell you what.
The road trip was worth it.
And it was certainly worth it. It's been absolutely amazing so far. And loads of people we need to welcome. But this is where you want to be because we're broadcasting live today from Auntie Susie's coffee shop in the heart of Kuils River. Now, before we introduce you to Auntie Suzie and the two wonderful gentlemen joining us today, let me just tell you, this is in the heart of Kuils River.
Oh, yeah.
It is absolutely a mind-blowing place. When you walk in here, the one thing that springs up is love, love, love. That's what you get.
So
anyway, so Uncle William is here in the center. We got Auntie Suzie and John William is here as well. So, morning, everybody.
Good morning, everybody.
Auntie Suzie, thank you so much. Thank you so much for having us here today. I tell you what, it is absolutely wonderful to be here with you today. How are you?
Ek is goed. I'm just good and I'm just so glad you're here. En baie welkom. Welcome here.
Absolutely
Ons is voorreg om julle hier te hê.
It's absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant to be here today. I tell you what, there's so much we want to talk about because this whole environment is just set up for just having an amazing conversation, and that is basically what we're going to do. Now, as always, of course, you know, it's an interactive show and we look forward to your comments and questions that you have because we're going to talk about everything around Auntie Susie's coffee shop and craft shop that she's got. She's got a second-hand shop, all of that. We're going to give you all of that. A brilliant menu, just the whole... Everything is brilliant here, so we're going to talk about all of that, and of course the history as well, and also get a little bit of business insight. We're going to do all of that, but we look forward to your questions and comments, so as always, you can put that through to us, and the details, of course, at the bottom of your screen, so we welcome that. So definitely send it through. So Auntie Suzie, let's start off here. Let me start off here, because this is how did this all start?
I think I've said this many times already, but I'm going to repeat this. I didn't choose to have a coffee shop.
Yeah?
My husband forced me to have one. This was a creche.
Yeah.
We bought it as a creche, and because I had to be here just to oversee all those things, I asked him, can't I sit in one room and just make it like some place where I can just sit and do my craft. And then he came up with this bright idea. Maar hoeveel koop jy nie koffie en koek nie? So vra, so I asked, and who's going to bake that cake? Because ek is 'n naaldwerkjuffrou. You know, I don't bake. I can't cook for my family, but that's not my passion. My passion is decor, craft, and create something with my hands. Like needlework stuff and jewelry. En sulke goed, mosaïek, sulke goed like ek. But yeah, but everything is a uitdaging for me, a challenge, and I just like to do it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So he said, well, we've got the community. Ons mense bak wonderlik, ongelooflike wonderlike koek. And we just asked them to do it. And of course, you know, we're not business people. We can bake, but we don't know how to sell. Ons moet hoef om te vra nie, ons hoef om te vra vir 'n koek om te maak nie. So that was also something that we struggled in the beginning with. At the end of the day, bakkers was net vir die kerk en volk en samelewing, but not to sell.
Exactly.
So I asked my sister-in-law, that was an amazing cook and bake. Sy is bakker. En sy het toe vir ons gebak. En ons het begin met koffie en koek. En mettertyd we started to give people ask for breakfast, and we started with that.
Is it?
Yeah.
So the one thing obviously just led to the next thing.
Yes.
This is it. So apart from just persuading your wife to this is what we need to do, because I mean you very handy, because this whole place, and let me be honest with you, from the moment you walk in, I mean you can see craft, you can see the love, you can see the determination, the effort, it is, and every little bit. I mean, there's memorabilia here all over the places
Oh,
where
yeah.
you can see where we are sitting. And I mean, it just definitely takes you on a journey. So obviously, because you pointed out to me as well, like, I mean, this is your handiwork, just where we're sitting right now.
That's right, yeah. I didn't make this table from scratch, however, I just modified it. But there's 3 tables around here that I made from scrap, basically, recycled wood, pallets and stuff. So I love that.
Yeah.
But it's also, it makes a big difference in terms of your cost. That I do all the maintenance. I've got a practical background. And I love what I do.
Oh yeah.
No, you
It's
can certainly
important. You can see it.
You can see it. I mean,
Definitely.
that springs out. There's so much we want to talk about. So obviously everybody's got a hand in this. This is a proper family-run business, really, and you can just sense the love. And then the parents roped you in, John William.
Yes, they roped me in all the way. So I was working in Pretoria at the time,
Yeah.
and I then eventually moved back. But when I moved back, I told them, if we're going to open up a coffee shop, we're not going to have a creche as well. So I told them, we're going to close the creche and we're going to start a bed and breakfast as well. Bed and breakfast and a coffee shop, those things go together.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
a creche and a coffee shop. And then I came down from Pretoria and we started up the business. And well, then I started up with all the business, because I have a business background. I've got a BCom degree.
Oh, wow.
And with all those practical skills that I have from my time in corporate and so forth, I use that to open up and start advertising and marketing and getting this business where it is now today.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yes.
And listen, I must compliment you, because this is, whenever you're looking for a gem, and this is why this road trip that we've done is absolutely phenomenal. If ever you're looking for a gem, well, we've actually found it. And
found
luckily
one.
we're here. And I mean, there's an absolute feast. There's amazing coffee. There's
Oh, yeah.
oyster cook, and we're going to talk about all of that. Maybe I just will even give you the recipe for all of that.
Top secret.
Yeah,
Top
because
secret.
you gotta make a roaster cook, man. Yeah, which is loosely, it's basically grilled cake. Roaster cook, you know what I mean? The grilled cake. That's what it loosely translates to. And we all know what it is, and it's brilliant. And they just can't wait to have it. So, Auntie Suzie, in terms of your menu, I mean, obviously. You cater quite a bit. I mean, this is a very, very popular place, and we know this because you are highly recommended. You are a jewel of the community. Everybody is talking about this place. That is one of the reasons we are here. In terms of your menu, what do you have? What do you have in your menu?
Eintlik, okay, I need to speak now English. En ek het baie, julle weet ek het baie min airtime gekoop, but before we come to the menu, let me just tell you this. We have the accommodation side, and that's also the side that I enjoy, me and my husband enjoy the most. Because we love to talk to people, and I love to beautify places.
Yeah.
So that part is extremely enjoyable.
Yeah.
So, wat die menu aanbetref, before lockdown we had like mostly food like breedies and baboti and those type of food, but now we've got mostly takeaway food because the whole COVID and lockdown situation forced us to change the menu to more takeaway stuff. And of course, William John also said, but the younger generation, they don't even know about Moor coffee
That's true.
and roaster cook, but we introduced that to them and they love it. And of course, then the menu changed with the roaster cook and a lot of toppings, different toppings on the roaster cook that we sell.
And just from my side, being and experiencing it myself, and this is how it all, I think also for me, it opened up my eyes, because a lot of us I wasn't really aware of this little gem. And I must say, your foods was, you normally get like a burger and a chip, and for me it was homemade. The roaster bread was homemade, the chips was homemade, the eggs, the juice. For me it was a beautiful experience, and I'll be honest, it took me back to my days of my grandmother, and walking in here I was just like overwhelmed with the place, I must say.
Thank you for that, and that is exactly what we want people to feel. There's no extras here. When we did the menu and I want to put on relish for smorkie, my children say, Mommy, we don't know that name. You don't even know what is relish. Just put on smorkie because that's what we, tamati smorkie, that's what we know and that's what we grew up with.
Yes.
So it's not fancy food, but it's like hard food. And the fact that I want people to remind them of their kom vandaan.
Oh yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
that's what we do in Nemo cups. Some people don't want it, and I understand that. I normally tell the waitress, please ask our people, do you want the Nemo cups or normal glass
Yeah.
cups? Because some people, you know, we were so poor, we don't want to be reminded of those days. But for me, it's so lekker to just taste the Nemo again, you know?
Yeah.
And it brings that. And of course, for me, this place is more like a kuierplek.
It is.
People
Yeah.
just enjoy their company with lekker food
Yeah.
and be relaxed. I also need to remind people that previously we couldn't go to restaurants. And when it opened, we didn't know how to behave in the restaurant. We didn't know, is this now the right side for the fork? Is that now? And this little water that they put here is for drinking or washing hands. We didn't know that. And some people, a lot of people told me that they start drinking that water. So, yeah. So I want people to, when they come in here, there must be more taste, you know?
Yeah.
They would feel like, oh, this is almost like my mom's big
Exactly.
home.
And I mean, this
and
is-
like, you know?
Yeah.
And to Suzie, I mean, I said this earlier, you've done an amazing job in terms of creating that, because I said this right in the beginning, you see the love just jump out at you when you walk in, everything from the setting outside, the amazing garden, to obviously the interior here. It is just absolutely brilliant. There's quite a number of you watching as well on Facebook, so thank you very much for joining us. Nomvelo, how's it going? Thank you very much. Nomvelo is saying great success to the Bataste for family, which is
Is
absolutely
it so much?
brilliant. Nomvelo says he's enjoying the show, which is absolutely brilliant. And I must tell you, my dad is actually watching this as well.
Oh
So-
wow.
Hi.
yeah, so he's watching this as well, morning. But we look forward to your questions and comments, of course. So just getting into the menu, what exactly? Because roaster cook is obviously a big feature in all of this.
Yeah.
So you make this yourself.
Yes,
You do it, John William.
No. We've got somebody that does the roaster cook. She
She needs it.
So she needs it, yes.
Yeah.
She's been doing it now for 5 years now.
Wow.
She's
Yes.
a very reliable lady. And she makes the best roaster cook. I think.
Mina, yes.
the name, yes.
And you know, with Mina could nie. And this is the one thing that I also can do properly. Because
Yeah.
my mother forced us to do that. You know?
Yeah.
And so I know exactly what the texture must look like.
Yeah.
And Mina actually, between the two of us, there's a lot of Mina. I think you must try this now. Let's just use a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Nou is Mina al so, I mean, she's just the one that knows exactly how long the roaster must be on the coals and what is the temperature.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, yeah, I must tell you, the roaster cook is amazing.
And she does the kneading, and does she after the kneading, does she also do the cooking, the braai?
Yes.
Yes,
She does all of that.
Everything.
Because anybody who's done any roaster cook know, you know what I mean? You gotta have asbestos hands or something. You know?
Oh,
You
man.
need that, you're lazy. You're not using a clapper roaster, you know what I mean? You gotta listen for the hollow thing. I was looking at this, and I gotta say, man, there's effort. There's a lot of love going into this, because this is everything from a roaster cook, and you gotta have it, and you know there's no better place to have it here, because I mean, imagine that, like fresh roaster cook, warm, everything, the homemade jams.
Oh,
it's just
yeah.
all absolutely
Yes.
brilliant. So you have the roaster cook, and and obviously from the outside you see this big pizza oven. We're talking wood-fired pizza ovens in the
Yes.
heart
Oh, yeah.
of Kuilsrivier.
Yes.
This is fantastic.
I built it.
You built it,
Wow. Are you
yes.
serious? Oh
You
wow.
are going to talk after this.
But not again.
Wow, I saw that, you know,
Yes.
because that was actually, that was the land. I was like, I knew exactly where this place is. Because I must say, I just love, and that's why I say this is where all the great people are, because I'm 600 meters
Oh,
away
there we
from
go.
here.
Listen to that now.
You're not that far either.
I'm not far either.
But this is it. And so, I mean, you've got pizzas, and obviously that what you were saying earlier in
Yes.
terms of the takeaway menu, this just made it a lot easier.
Oh yeah.
Look, we had to simplify the menu. First of all, when we got there after lockdown, we had to look at, listen, we can't spend so much money on inventory. So we need to think of, okay, what is going to be the best to make that will also cost us the cheapest.
Yeah.
And we luckily that we were on platforms like Uber Eats already, on Mr. Delivery, so that we could have traction to sell these products out.
Yeah.
You know, many a times it's very difficult for a small business to advertise themselves in the newspapers. It's quite expensive.
It's easy.
And to use these third-party platforms now, like the Uber Eats, like the Mr. Delivery, yes, sometimes they do take a pretty penny. I think they do, but what you get is they give you exposure, they give you advertising, which sometimes you just can't afford. And this helped us to sell our products out. And eventually we got a lot more burgers being sold, a lot more pizzas being sold. People will come to us and, yo, you know, I keep buying your stuff on Uber Eats, my brother. It's lekker.
And that's wonderful. But
Yes.
I like what you say, because obviously we're not just talking about the advent of COVID. We're talking about just reinventing a small
Exactly.
business,
Yeah.
constantly doing it. So I wanted to ask you that in terms of, because you've done all of that, you've put in the hard work. Does it become more difficult in a small business environment?
Yes, in the sense that we don't have capital. We struggle with capital, so once you just have to use what you have, you know. And for a small business, because when we started the business, I got a background in social media marketing and so forth, and I used Facebook as a platform to advertise us, to get us out there. I spent some cash on Facebook, on Google and so forth, just so we could get some traction on these websites and so forth. And this helped us to get the word out there of Suzie and so forth. I wish I had more money so I could advertise in the newspaper, because that's more our market, that's our market segmentation, but we don't have that money, you know. But we used all our facilities that we have here to get the word out, and it's helped us. We've got great reviews on Google. If you go on Google, fantastic reviews on booking.com, which is a tough market to be in.
Very tough.
You are highly rated, actually.
I actually had a look as
Yeah,
well.
that's why I actually wanted. Sorry, I'm interrupting you, but you are exceptionally highly rated. You can't be higher. You can't be rated higher than what you are. And this is the most important thing. So wherever you're watching this from, it doesn't matter where cranny in the world you find yourself, but this is definitely a place you need to visit. You need to experience this hospitality. Just come and have a kookaloo. Trust me, at the Suzie you will have a great conversation. Yes. But you are highly rated, and that helps because that's where we live now.
Exactly.
And I think one advantage that we also have is that the Uber Eats and Mr. Delivery operators, they are independent contractors. So we hire them as well. So they work for us as well. So we can do our own deliveries, but still in a professional manner. It's not that you have unreliable people, suspect people that you send out for your deliveries. It's exactly the same people that work for those companies. So we have a core group of guys that we can just give a call and say, do this delivery for us. Nearby, we just go and drop it off ourselves.
It's close,
Now, one of the things that, and there's still a couple of people watching, I just want to say hi to you, Yolanda Boy as well, which is watching this, was saying super impressed, and it is all impressive. And the reason why I'm also saying this, tying it in with Yolanda's comment, is the fact that everything is really impressive, because you've got a very, very high rating on the World Wide Web in terms of reviews, which is exceptional, and it speaks to the quality and the love and of course all the dedication that goes into it. And it goes to every detail. One of the things I noticed when I walked in, and it's just about out of the reach, was a braille menu.
Yes.
The second thing I noticed that there was a ramp, and the door was exceptionally big, which immediately with the ramp, and I noticed the braille menu, and then when I sat back and looked outside, these are just things that you pick up. You know, when you do interviews, you're going to ask people these things. So I saw the door was much wider, so I
Yeah.
knew that was obviously accessible for somebody who is, you know, in a wheelchair mobility. There's a ramp coming in, so it's fairly spacious and everything. And then I saw a braille menu, and I asked you off air about the braille menu,
Yes.
and then you told me, Dad, over here, you translated that because that is what you used to do.
Yeah, I worked in the disability sector for about 20 years.
Wow.
And I specialized in Braille. I was trained in Germany and in Sweden. And my specialty was exams. And in 1994, I designed the world's first successful Braille template for blind people to vote independently.
And that is what I wanted to ask you, because you did the ballot for the first election in South Africa.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. But it was, the interesting thing is, although I designed in 94, it was the first in the world that was successful. It took South Africa 15 years to accept it. In the meantime, because I didn't have the capital to patent it, it was copied all over the world. And even my specs, word by word, was copied all over the world. But for me, it was more about giving people access to free and fair elections. And it was successful, and we have worked, the two of us went to 2015, we traveled to Zanzibar, and we first did the Braille ballots here in South Africa, sent it over, and then they commissioned us to train the IEC, the Zanzibar IEC, and also we trained about 120 blind people in one show. While I was doing the training, he was recording and giving back on screen for sighted people again.
Wow.
So, and then I did Malawi's exams for 5 years in a row, and it was the best that they ever got, but my competition has always been the UK, and I can't really compete with them.
Don't worry about them. You see what I mean? When you come here, you're going to get a story. How's that for a story? How's that for a story? You are definitely going to get a story. So, Auntie Suzie, just looking, here's a piano behind us. There's a stage where you are sitting right now. This is like the first things I saw. I thought, it's a stage. You know what I mean? You kind of, you obviously play the piano as well.
Yes, I play Happy Birthday for all the guests that come in. I say Happy Birthday, I'll play the Happy Birthday, and there it stops. But, no, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to repeat that. That was not. But what I must say, the events was a part of this coffee shop to get the feet here. So after, with lockdown and everything, we didn't get feet, and we couldn't get a lot of people in this space. And we used the events to get the people.
Jazz
evenings, and we had the Breakfast with the Stars with Noel Oostendorp. We had that for a certain time just to get people back again. It also helped the arts. So that was in collaboration with them. And then we've got book launches because we had a book club. And normally the interviews is from this stage. And that's all the events. At the beginning of the year, we started, this jazz evenings is very popular. We've got this guy, Wesley Lewis. He's an amazing artist. And he came here every Friday.
Oh, wow.
En dan vat ons vir vloer, joh. En dan ontspan mense net. They just stay relaxed after a week. With all the stress of COVID and all the lockdown stuff, and just breathe and just give yourself a lekker tyd, you know, and enjoy the food, and we help each other in that way. So hierdie stage is al baie gebruik. We had one exceptionally outstanding event this year with poetry and music.
Oh wow.
Opera, a lady that her name is Britney Smith. As jy haar nog nie gehoor het nie, mense, just make sure you go Google her and see on her YouTube videos how she sings. She's an amazing person. Ek dink dit was een van ons beste vir my wat 'n classical person is. Beste event gewees vir die jaar, en die poetry. We had like great people here. And I must say this, the people really support us beautifully.
That's
And there were people that, you know, they will go out of their way just to come buy something to help us. And for them, I want to say thank you. Ons sal nooit so ver gekom het as dit nie vir julle was nie.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. So, and Suzie, let's talk about this because I've got some more coffee here.
Oh, yes.
This, and I mean, so in terms of everything here, it ties in with everything you see around here. I mean, I don't want to say rustic, but I mean, this is now
rustic.
But this is now proper coffee. So you do all the fancy coffees. You've got, just to recap on the menu, you've got burgers, you've got the roaster cook, you've got pizzas, and all of that. And obviously you've got the events and functions, and people want to have birthday parties and all sorts of things. They come here, which is just wonderful.
Yes. I forgot to say about the craft group.
Oh yes,
Oh, yeah.
Because
There's a craft shop as well.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we've got every second Wednesday, we've got a group of ladies. We started off just like, come, we are retired ladies, just come spend some, the person that coordinates this, Joy Jurst, she came and asked, Auntie Suzie, is there space just for ladies? They just want to sit and knit and do the crocheting. And so we started off like that, and we actually empower one another. If you can't crochet, I'll show you here. Okay, this is how you do the stitch. It's not like I'm now the teacher again, and because that's not a sort of setting that we want. But empowering each other and just talk and eat and create with our hands. And in the end of the year, we have this craft market selling all these wonderful, extremely quality products that these ladies do. The second-hand shop started when we couldn't have a lot of people with sit-downs, and they come just come for takeaways, and they had to wait the inside. I just said, we need to do something else. You get some second-hand stuff, and they can browse and decide, oh, this is the mark I'm looking for all these years, let me buy that. And it also helps us with our revenue.
Yeah.
Is that the right word?
No,
Yes,
it's absolutely the right
okay,
word.
okay.
But the one thing I like is how community orientated it is, and the second thing is how you're rolling with the punches, if I can call it that. That you are constantly reinventing stuff, because there are many entrepreneurs, you know, out there, and that would be looking to you because you are. This is exceptional. Let me just say this to you, and you should be hearing this every day. You should be immensely proud of this, and I'm just filled with joy and pride, just sitting here and listening to you. And so I mean, there's a lot of entrepreneurs that come through, and the one thing is what you can say as well, how you constantly been rolling with the punches. You've got to constantly, everything is fluid. You've got to move with the challenges you have, and I mean. With the second-hand shop, this is something that came out about a need. People were waiting for food. Let's do something else. And of course, you've got great stories, so there's that as well. We're going to put the mic stand here for you.
No, not really. But I think also what one needs to remember, especially growing up in our communities, there's a lot of challenges, also mental challenges, and also our hesitancy to really go out and take up a challenge. And if we can succeed in getting people to understand that everything is possible, then it's far more than monetary value and monetary success. So our dream is really that we must be the place where people can see that yes, we can also fail, we can make mistakes, because this is not a perfect setting.
Exactly.
You see, it's a setting that grows constantly. And we're trying to stay there and keep on growing, but also to show people you are fallible. You're not the perfect person, you're not the perfect entrepreneur, but at least stand up. You can only, the more you fail, the closer you are to your success. You see, so I think if we can just be that soundboard, if we can just be that platform where people can come, and that's what we're trying to do. Just be yourself here. Just be yourself and just open up. And you don't have to open up with us. Open up to yourself. You see, sit in the garden, enjoy your cigarette or enjoy your smoke, and maybe with a new smoke material that's available now, there's a special corner where you can sit and have your
And just on that, where the business is concerned, and I know the frustration. I mean, I've also been one of the first generations of business owners, and your parents had started with your knowledge as well, being the first generation. We need to obviously bring that into the next generation, and exactly that. There's challenges. You know, we were raised in my generation, and I think you will say the same, that our parents, and where you are different, were told you must go work for government. You must go do this. You must get a pension. You must get a medical aid. You must. There was this list of things, and it would, for me personally, it created a wall to actually be able to open your mind to exactly what you're saying. As having to say, you know what, take on the challenge. You want to make a difference, make that difference. Because if we're going to be sitting in our comfort zones and just believe at the end of the day that I must get a medical aid, I must have a bond, I must pay my bond, you put those flaps on and you actually don't see the world, and it restricts you. So I agree, you know what, we need to basically put the foundation on to say for the next generation, it is possible, it can be done.
That's so true. You know, and wat ek ook sê is, don't wait till you got some money, want jy gaan nooit genoeg geld hê.
Nooit genoeg hê.
You know,
Just do it.
just take what you got, you know. If you go into the rooms, you'll see there, I've got my, ek en Hoodie se ou troukaste daar. You know, nog wat,
47 years
yeah,
old.
47 years to ons nog. And we've got my mother-in-law's, but okay, this whole feel is like a feel of the rusticness, and so not
exactly.
everybody's cup of tea, but it's fine. People just love it. It's just, especially the international guests just love the setting, because we'll wait for them. Al kom hulle ook hoe laat die nag, Willie sal wag. En as hulle nog eers met hulle lang stories praat voor die mense gaan slaap. Sometimes I phone him and say, Willie, the guests are tired, let them go sleep. You know?
That's a proper welcome.
So there's different chairs. I need to talk about these different chairs that we got. Besides the fact that we didn't have money, I actually want people from different backgrounds to just come and sit around the table and just be one, and just interact with one around the table. So of jy nou van 'n plastiek agtergrond kom of van 'n grand hout agtergrond, hier is jy een en julle sit en gesels en ruil gedagtes uit met mekaar and just relax with each other and enjoy the company. This is the main aim for Suzie's coffee shop, you know?
And especially on that one, Suzie, I mean, we were here, and this is how it all came about. We were here for my auntie's birthday, and we surprised her, so we didn't know about the place. And the first thing they noticed was the table and the chairs was back of the mother's time. And they got so excited, and the excitement on their face just to see this table and the chair for them was like, oh my word, took them back to their childhood. And they're in their 70s, 60s already. So just that, exactly that, you know, it does create that excitement, definitely.
It certainly does. And I've got a comment here from Anita Poole. Anita, thank you so much for this one. Anita says, hi, we had such a warm welcome at Suzie's coffee shop. My daughter took me for breakfast there. The food was really homemade, enjoyed everything. The owners and the staff were so friendly, and it felt like family. Oh yes, and Auntie Suzie played Happy Birthday for me on the piano. My day was really made special. We'll go back again. So obviously you played Happy Birthday for her. I wasn't sure if she's asking for you to play it now, or Anita, was that the day you Suzie played it already?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so there it is. So,
thank you.
Because I mean, this is the thing. People are talking about a wonderful breakfast, and you know what? Looking everything here, every single bit of decor here. I mean, everything is here has got a story, and you just, it's just throwing you into a world of just looking and wow, look at this, and, you know, and all of that. I mean. There's an old telephone there.
Yes.
And, you know, I'm like, wow. Like typewriters, bicycles.
And a bicycle.
Everything, things you're not going to see anywhere. And this is really, and there's a lot of love. And I mean, everything from the garden. And I must commend you on all of this. This is absolutely fantastic.
Amazing.
And more importantly, why it is fantastic as well, is we sometimes in a fortunate position where we get to meet amazing people and great people, and today is one of those. One of those days again for us. But the mere thing is as well that we can all do it. I mean, did you ever think, as a needlework teacher, you know, teaching for so many years at school, did you ever think to yourself, this is how it will all be?
Yeah, I must say, I'm actually also surprised, but I must give also the credit to Willie John. Ek wil maar net 'n auntie gewees het wat maar net hier so klein bietjie werkies gedoen het. And you know, I just want to concentrate on that side of the business, the accommodation side. They actually forced me to step out and do bigger things, you know. En ook, ek is 'n juffrou, nee, en ek hou van oplei. Ek wil net sê dankie aan die personeel wat so geduldig is met my, our staff. Thank you so much that you so patiently bear with me when I go into this teaching mode of saying, this shouldn't be done that way, you know? And yes, the spoon must be put that way because there's the ear of the cup, stuff like that. So, and you know, you need to know that your biggest challenge actually, it's not actually a challenge, but the human resource side of your business, you have to work very hard to get the right people in your business. And we went through a lot of different people, and everybody contribute to the growth of this business. Ek sal niemand afmaak en sê die was nou so en so en so, en die was almal, you know, to work with 3 bosses is not it's not
But who's the big boss?
Suzie.
Maar I'm just standing a little bit, I'm standing back now. Willie John is taking over so that me and Willie can go on a road trip again. You know?
There we go.
When they go on the road trips, aren't you worried, like, what are they coming back with?
No, they've gone on a few road trips already, man. So,
But then bicycle came back on one of the road trips.
And let me tell you also, a lot of the stuff that you see is customers coming here and say, Auntie Suzie, ek het hy by die huis man, wil jy die gebruik? But you know, at one stage I had to say, Suzie, stop, this is not a negosie winkel. You know, I just need to have everything sort of organized and speak to each other and fit in, you know. Ek hou van die ding moet daarom ten minste inpas ook. So ja, not a klomp negosie goed hierso. Okay.
But John, let's quickly talk about your operating hours. So you operate Monday to Friday?
well, Tuesday to Saturday. We close on a Monday. We need rest. So Monday we close. We open on a Tuesday from 9 o'clock until 5 o'clock. And then on a Friday we open up a little bit later because we do a lot of takeaways. So it's from 9 o'clock until 7 o'clock. And then some Fridays we'll probably have a jazz evening, and then we open up a little bit later. And then on a Saturday we open till 9 till 3. So
And Sunday we close.
Sunday we close. Sunday is
Monday,
Sunday and Sunday.
rest day, and Monday is also rest day for us.
Yeah.
But I think we must also mention that whenever there's a request for a function, either Sunday or a Monday, we try as far as possible to accommodate people. Because there are some people that can't have a function during the week or on a Friday night, or on a Saturday. So as far as possible, we try to accommodate people.
Okay, that's good to know.
And it's the easiest place to find. So and of course it is super easy, and we'll tell you exactly how to do it. And of course you can also search for you online as well.
Online, Google. We have a website, www.suziescoffeeshop.co.za. It's a website that I designed myself.
Well, gee, so Suzie, I like how everybody is doing something. I mean, I'm not going to stay long because ek is net bang ek kry extra werk. But I like how everybody is doing it. So people can go to the website?
They can go to our website. All our information is there. So if they want to book for events, our menu is there. If they want to order online, they can do that. We're on Mr. Delivery. We're on Uber Eats. If you want to book accommodation, you can do it direct with us, or you can do it on booking.com. Doesn't matter. I prefer people doing it online. Just don't want to pay commissions. But yes, look, we are very visible online. We've got a good online presence, as I said earlier. Our reviews is great. The people love us. People love Auntie Suzie. They love Uncle Willie. Hopefully they love me too. But we're very open space for everybody. So everybody's welcomed, and come enjoy Susie's.
Now, let me ask you a very difficult question. Because in the beginning when you started, you had breadies, you had babotis, you had all sorts of things. I mean, obviously your menu changes as time goes on, certain things. If you have to choose, Willie, Johnny, if you have to choose something off the menu right now, what is it?
The roasted cook chicken burger.
Oh,
There
is
we
it?
go.
Okay,
Yes.
that will be the next one I'll be placing an order
That
on.
will be it. And that's Susie?
I will take the roasted cooked beef burger.
Ah.
Uncle, are you? That's the one you want.
Now, for me, it is lately, especially since this lady has reinvented the chicken livers recipe.
Yeah.
Chicken livers, I must say, my dear love,
Ayo.
it's on another level.
Ayo.
Is it?
Ayo.
Yeah.
And I had it on Friday with somebody that's very particular about chicken livers, and he
Yeah.
said it's the best.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
So we need to try
I
it.
love that.
Now the other thing as well, because I mean, you see the pizza oven. I mean, we're talking wood-fired pizzas now. You built the oven,
Yes.
so I'm talking now about from the sauce to everything. I mean,
Everything.
your pizzas. I mean, you mentioned the price to be, and we'll keep it like that. That's why you gotta go check out
Go
the
check
menu,
it
because
out.
I couldn't
Yes.
believe that in the year 2022. That is what you're charging. It was almost like you were charging a couple of years of prices ago. I mean, it is
Yeah.
so affordable. We're talking
Affordable.
wood-fired pizzas.
Wood-fired pizzas, yes, large wood-fired pizzas for
Exactly.
65 rand only, yes.
There we go.
And I mean, in terms of toppings, obviously, it's a pizza. You go crazy.
You go crazy, yes. You can have chicken, you can have bacon, you can have whatever.
Vegetarian.
Vegetarian pizza. Yes. So you got your tikka chicken pizzas, you got your
lekker.
barbecue chicken pizza, sweet chili mayo
Yum,
pizza,
yum, yum.
all for 65 rand.
It is all happening. It is all
Yeah.
happening. All right, so there you have it. You got to
Yeah.
definitely go check it out on the website. I tell you what, we could be talking to you for another hour.
Another
as
hour.
well.
We
Yeah.
could.
Yeah. And Auntie Susie, I want to ask you this just as a last thing. If there's somebody, and I mean, you have proved with the greatest amount of respect and love I have, you've proved that age is nothing but a number. You
Oh,
must
yeah.
live your passion. You and your husband and your wonderful son, you have done this as a family. You have built something that not only you are proud of, but the Kales River community are quite
Oh,
proud
yes.
of. What advice would there be that you would give to any young person or any person who is wherever stage they are in their life when it comes to living out your passion? Because you certainly are doing that. What advice would you give?
I would say don't be afraid. We are afraid of so many things. We did our the angst what you said, as she said, mentioned. Just do it. Just say, well, I can. And I will go and find out if I don't know how to do something. Moenie dat jou vrese vir jou 'n limit op jou limit plaas nie. Moenie altyd net sit en sê, "O, jette maar, net o misluk ek nie." You know, that is not the thing that you should worry about. Go out and go out with confidence. And the other thing is, just lift each other up. En praat goed van mekaar se besigheid. Ek sê altyd, ek het skool gehou by 'n plek en dan sê hulle vir my, "Suzie, jy moet na daai plek toe gaan. Dit is ongelooflik." En ek dink as we need to say that word more. It's unbelievable. Go and buy that place, that product. Even if you think, no, that person still have to do that and that. Just encourage that person. So if you want to start out there, help each other on the way. Don't just concentrate on yourself, but concentrate on your peers, on other entrepreneurs, and just build each other's businesses also. Moenie self-gesentreerd raak nie.
That's the waarheid.
Absolutely. And
I used a lot of Afrikaans. I hope people understand that.
No. We have
Yeah.
to. Yes. And Willie John, any final thoughts from you?
I think from my side, look, starting a business is very difficult in these times, you know, but you don't need a lot of resources. What you have is if you can use whatever you have. You don't need a lot of money to start up your own business. So go do it. Be fearless.
Yeah.
Guys, we have all the things on our phone today to start anything up today. So just be fearless. Go out there and you can achieve anything you want to. If you really have the will and you need to push, because there is a lot of difficult times out there, very uncomfortable times that you need to go through. But if you just push through, you can achieve a lot. Yeah.
And Uncle Willie, I mean, obviously you look at this, and I mean, your family is involved. You all passionately work towards something. You all enjoy. I mean, all the love, and you can just see the happiness just bounce off the walls here, and people love coming here. I mean, you look at this, and I can just see the wheels turning in your head. He's got more plans.
I'm telling you.
He's got more plans.
I had to break.
When you hear people singing your praises and the amazing reviews, and people want to come here, surely you look back and you go, wow. Do you pinch yourself in the morning?
To a degree, but it's also a very tricky time. Because it's also a time that you might slack down a little bit. And you always have to be on the lookout for improvements and to keep your quality the way people expect it to be. So I think it's fine. There are days that you feel great. I'm great today and we are very successful. But life doesn't work like that only.
Exactly.
You have to make allowance for the times when people criticize you. And criticism is always a good thing.
Yeah.
But I think in the process of criticizing somebody or an institution, you have to do it with love also. I think that's and I think that is something that in our communities needs still to develop. We need to cultivate a culture of, like Suzie said early on, of lifting up people, raising people's energy levels, and also raising people's expectations of themselves. You see, like what we are planning very soon in conjunction with a very successful physician at the hospital nearby, Dr. Emil Reed, and with the shack builder Quentin Adams. We're having a morning here of 10 matriculants, poor matriculants. We will select, we are busy now with a school nearby, to have those 10 youngsters here, to talk to them about their careers. You see, and if we can get that in place, at least if one or two of them become successful in the future, then we have achieved something. So that's our dream, that we be the springboard for future entrepreneurs.
You know what, you've basically summed up what the program is all about, because as you know, that is what we do. So all we can say is thank you so much for having us here in this wonderful place, and from everybody here, from the viewers, from Rhoda and myself. We wish you every ounce of success, and may the respect and the love keep pouring this way. And I found a new place to enjoy some one of my favorites, good coffee, and a roaster cook. So you'll be seeing a lot more of me.
Okay. Cheers. Thank you. Thank you.
So thank you so much for watching. But before we go, there is a couple of comments as well that I just want to go on quickly. Firstly, Victoria Kuriskaisen says, Suzie and Willie are very warm-hearted people. Feels like you know them forever, and the breakfast are to die for. So that alone gives you a reason to come and check it out. So a very easy place to find, of course. It is in the heart of Kuils River, and the most important thing, it is within the community of Kuils River. It is absolutely a mind-blowing, phenomenal setting. You will be just swamped with all sorts of emotions when you walk in here, but the biggest thing is you've got to be here. Pizzas to die for. You've heard all the, and let me just clarify this. So when you order the burger, the roaster cook is the actual bun.
Yes,
the roaster cook is the bun.
It's the bun.
That's like double win plus another win, and then you just win. You know, so it's like doubly. And you have no, I know you're not gonna, you won't mind me saying, I'm talking about the prices are just phenomenal. So you've got to be here. But more importantly, it is everything else you've heard. It is the love we've heard, the passion. This is all evident here, and highly, that is why it's rated. And the one thing is that is so admirable is how supportive and community orientated everything in this business is. Because it is a community business, isn't it?
Yeah, and you as a community need to support.
Thank
So, very
Wonderful.
easy. You got to go check it out on, just Google it, Auntie Susie's Coffee Shop. Directions will be there. It is in the heart of Kales River. You cannot miss it. It has
cannot
got
miss it.
easy access to all the freeways. So, yeah, you just got to be here. Rhoda, that basically wraps it up.
That wraps us up.
Any-
I
anything
doesn't want
from
to be
your
wrapped
side?
up, but I'm very excited and very happy for the opportunity that we have to create and to say out there, guys, please support our local businesses. Please support our coffee shop here. It is in the heart of your, basically where you're living. You know what? Just come have a cup of coffee.
Yeah. Definitely going to come check out the breakfast then. Of
Oh,
course,
yeah.
We're definitely going to be ordering everything else. So that will definitely be it. Once again, Auntie Suzie, Uncle Willie, John Willie, thank you so much
Thank you.
for having us, and thanks for allowing us into your beautiful place. And more
Oh, yeah.
importantly,
Yeah.
thank you to you for watching this. So as what you definitely got to do, you got to have some coffee. I'm going to stop talking because there's a roaster cook there.
Exactly.
I'm definitely going to enjoy this now with a jam. I'll just move all of this
Bring
here to me.
your disabled family members with wheelchairs.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So
Yeah.
everybody has just got to come here.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Thanks
When you
so
taking
much.
me next week?
Oh, my word. Now we put up expectations.
Yes.
Ja.
We might come to you soon. Auntie Suzie, baie dankie.
Maar
Baie
kan ek vir julle
dankie.
ook sê baie dankie en veral vir jou, nee, baie
Ja.
dankie. Ek dink jy is 'n amazing onderhoudsvoerder. Wow, jy's 'n eie TV-program.
There we go.
It's all
Ja,
starting
regtig,
again.
regtig.
It's all starting again.
Ja,
It's all
baie
starting
dankie
again.
hoor.
Baie dankie. Thank you so much for
Dankie
having
julle
us.
almal,
We
nee.
are live broadcasting
Ja.
today with MahalaMonday here at Auntie Susie's Coffee Shop. You gotta check it out. If ever in the year 2022 you thought to yourself, I wonder where I'll find a jewel, let me tell you right now, this is the place. Definitely come and support them, and more importantly, with all the amazing work they've done, getting community involved, and at large trying to uplift their community by just wholesome ingredients, amazing love, and of course great food. So you got to go check it out. Go check it out. Google it, Auntie Susie's Coffee Shop, and we will see you on our next episode on Mahala Monday. Thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.